Hello, my name is Susan Janewski. I'm a naturopath, homeopath and health ambassador, and I've been passionate about health for more than 30 years, and I've been passionate about living my dream as a woman. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying living my dream as a woman. I made sure when I stepped into my 40s, and today I'm going to be speaking about how I have really lived my life by focusing on what was working in my life from 40 years on, that has led me to where I am today. And you can build on your internal confidence on a day-to-day basis, because every day we take responsibility for ourselves. We are adding to our way of life. We're not derailing our life, but we're supporting ourselves. The most important thing I found when I really took a conscious look, took responsibility for my well-being, that I needed to make sure that I was in charge of everything that I was doing, from the way I was waking up, from the way I was sleeping, whether I was hydrating myself, whether I was eating well, how much sugar was I having in my diet. And I knew back then that I could actually fine-tune and set new lifestyle habits, because even by eating well, I found that I would sleep better. My mood was uplifted. I didn't have that heavy feeling. And what I found when I started adding exercise to my eating regime, I was able to even have more energy in the day. So I realised that was also good for me. And I used to share that with all my clients and all my friends. But I made sure that as I was walking through my 40s, I was also seeing that the way I was living my life allowed me to have a healthy menstrual cycle. It allowed me to have a regular cycle. It allowed me not to be so moody during my cycle, and it also allowed me to keep my weight down. I realised back then that what I was doing is setting myself up for success rather than failure. And what I realised is that we are totally responsible for how confident we live in our day. Of course I was fearful. I remember being such an anxious young woman, and I realised that when we're anxious and fearful, we can actually act like we're strong and confident, and no one needs to know. And this is what happened to me. I actually took charge of my fear, of my anxiety as a younger woman, by meditating, by living in a space of gratitude. And then what I started to realise is that things were starting to pan out. I wasn't experiencing so many anxiety episodes where I would experience a headache, or my heart would race, or I'd have the stomach cramps. And I realised that I could monitor my day based on how I chose to live that day. So what I'm asking each of you to do is to become mindful of everything that happens in your day. What sort of a day do you want? And I realised that it was up to myself to live a day of happiness, to live a day of energy, to live a day of success, because no one else was going to give me my feeling of success, or my feeling of achievement, or my feeling of looking in the mirror and saying, I'm looking good today. So I also know I've always loved fashion, and I found that fashion added to the way and coloured my day really, by waking up and choosing a clothing that uplifted my soul, even on the days when I had my cycle, or I wasn't feeling great, or I had to do a presentation, added to my day. So it allowed me to step into myself. So I'm just inviting every woman to actually make a conscious effort to actually lay out her life on the life that she wants to lead, on the life that you want to lead. I chose to incorporate different things in my life. When everyone was complaining about, I can't wait for my cycle to go away, look at my breakouts, my hair doesn't look great during those times, I'm having my menstrual cycle, I'm just feeling flat. I chose not to use that language. So I would say that I faked it until I made it, and that was my little catchphrase. When someone asked me, how are you feeling? I'd say, I'm feeling great. Isn't it a wonderful day? And I would always compliment another woman, because I realised to be part of this sisterhood, we need to all work together and become soul sisters, because we all bleed. We all wake up not feeling great. We all wake up and think, if I only lost 5 kilos, I'd feel better. But I'm saying to each of you, the minute we give someone a compliment, I had a mission statement when I stepped into my 40s, 50s, and where I am today, is that I would like to inspire 3 women every day of my life and allow them to feel great in their own skin by giving them a compliment. And you don't always need to know the woman that you're giving a compliment, but wouldn't it be nice because to share with someone that you're liking what you see, or sharing what you are passionate about. And my passions have led me to where I am today. I have always been passionate about my health. The day I entered and studied naturopathy, I was brought up by a grandmother who was a herbalist, and I've always believed in seeing what natural health can do for your mind and your body, and I've lived that way. I check in with myself. That's another point that I'd like to invite each of you to do every day. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What is it that you're giving yourself? Are you nourishing yourself? Do you want to step into a new self? And when I say new self, we shed our skin every so often. And as I say, every 7 years we step into a whole new case of cells, new body, and so forth, and mind. I'm inviting you to take full charge on very much being the architect of your life, being the painter of your life, and painting this amazing scene of where you fit in, or where you want to fit in for the next 10 years, for the next 5 years. Remember, what you do today has an impact on how you look and feel tomorrow, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So by sharing with you where I started to become more aware, I took my life as a woman for granted. Yes, I used to put myself down. Yes, I was anxious. Yes, I had sleepless nights, and that's why I became a naturopath, because I realised natural medicine and eating well had an impact on the way I slept and so forth. But here I am today as an organic, natural woman, sharing with you that we are totally responsible on how we age, on how bright our eyes are, how bright our skin is, how our urinary tract works, how our hormones work, how great our hair looks, and most of all, our mood. Imagine as a woman knowing that you can actually be totally responsible by having an impact on the colour of your day. And that's what I loved when I realised that every woman that I met, I wanted to say to her, it is up to you how you feel by changing what's on your plate, by becoming more mindful, by stepping into gratitude, by also meditating. And when I say meditating, I'm even these days doing walking meditation. So I love my Spotify, and I'll put my little earpiece in, and then I'll listen to a meditation while I'm walking. So you don't need to take anything out of your day, but just add a few tools that will have an impact. And this has given me great confidence decade on from where, and 2 decades on from where I started to really take responsibility that I was going to live a confident life by fine-tuning what was happening on my inside. We all think that if we buy this or buy that, we're going to step into confidence, but confidence starts from within. When we balance our hormones, when we change what's on our plate, when we make an effort to do more exercise, when we make an effort to drink well, when we make an effort to move, when we make an effort to become more conscious of everything around us, when we make an effort to compliment another woman, when we make an effort to do research on how we can have an impact on our health. It changes the game plan. I'm inviting each of you to step into your new way of life, because you can do this. And here I am as I call myself a woman. Would I say a wise woman? I say a happy woman. I'm so, excuse me, so inspired by what and how I've lived my life in the last, in particular, 20 years, that I want to say to each of you, you can do this, because it's not hard. We were given with the tools, and the tools were, we were born with these amazing hormones. And instead of being upset that we've got estrogen and progesterone flowing through us, we need to embrace this. We need to embrace everything about us. And today I stand before you and I sit before you and I say, I'm living in good health. My breasts are healthy, my ovaries are healthy, my skin is healthy. And what I've also noticed by living a confident life, and a confident life is about being responsible, about finding your inner happiness. What is it that you're passionate about? And I was passionate about learning more on how I can become the best version of myself. And today what I do with clients all around the world is share with my journey, so I can have an impact on telling you that you can do this, because you're born to be a woman. And what does it mean to be a woman? It means to be wise, to be organised, to step into your magnificence, to live in abundance. And the N in the word woman means never give up. So I'm asking each of you, never give up. If you've had a bad day, a bad week, just let it go. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to be confident. And I also, when I'm feeling, when negative thoughts come in my mind, and they say, oh, you used to look better 5 years ago, I remind myself that my life begins today. It's not about what I used to look like, or, you know, when people say, oh, Susan, I remember you, you used to, and I say, no, you're looking at me today. I am still the same person, living in a beautiful corset, and I call my skin my whole corset, and it's protected me. So instead of just focusing on one part of you, why not focus on all of you? Because we're not just our face, we're our hair, we're our ears, the fact that you can hear well, focus on your eyes. Are your eyes supporting you? You know, what do your nails look like? What do your hair? I look after every part of me. There isn't a part of skin that doesn't get covered with cream every night, because tomorrow I want to have hydrated skin. You know, I still go to the hairdressers instead of doing my own hair, because it gives me a buzz. I still get my nails done because it's a little gift. Have a think about this. Every time you do one little thing for yourself, it's your little gift. And you can actually change your platform of happiness by starting to give yourself gifts instead of waiting for others to give you gifts. I love flowers. Flowers always make me happy, but I no longer wait for anyone to buy me flowers. I buy them for myself. That gives me confidence. I live in a home where I only use natural formulas to keep my home clean. That also makes me happy. I only use shampoos, body care, supplements that are totally natural. And what I want to say to you is that being confident is about a mindset. There are no more excuses. I could have, when I was 40 and my dreams never came through, I always wanted to be a mother, but I wasn't able to. I had to change my whole mindset to feel a complete woman. And if I can move myself from a negative space into a more positive space and live a few decades being confident when my dreams never all fulfilled, I think you can do this too. You can actually step into your magnificence by taking better care of yourself. And better care really is about, how do you want to feel today? You know, we can make all the excuses. I chose not to be a victim. I chose to be totally responsible for the life I was living. And here I am today, still inspiring women on their well-being. And a woman's well-being isn't just about taking supplements. You can take all the supplements in the world. You can have the best way of life, but if you do not give yourself the juice, and I call the juice the life juice, that will nourish the inside of your mind and body, you're not going to be confident. So you make a decision today to say to yourself, I can do this because I am worth it. You are you're worth everything. So what will it be today? Will you focus on your hydration? Will you move more? Will you exercise? Will you give your skin the juice it needs by using natural and organic products? Will you take the sugar out of your diet? I've done all that. And here I am today, aging well, feeling confident, and being surrounded by the most amazing women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 20s, that I can actually still be passionate about well-being, but I'm still today confident that the way we feel on the inside is also how we look and feel on the outside, but I still love fashion. Fashion has really taken me through my way of life to allow me to sit more comfortably in myself. So select what makes you feel passionate. I can honestly say that my level of internal confidence has played out in my workplace, where I'm surrounded by amazing women, but also there isn't a day that goes by that I haven't communicated with a woman that I don't know. I'm always celebrating being a woman, and today celebrate being a confident woman, but also celebrate with another woman and give her a compliment and see how you go. I hope that has inspired you. Thank you very much.